hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse of making the hero of the village farm. This is a very unique farm and it's not very common, so I'm going to put the link to the creator in the Discord. His name is Strom. He's a great YouTuber. I've used his farms in the past and I will continue to use them because they're amazing and I love supporting a smaller YouTuber. In this video, we're going to make my multi-item sorter. I've been anticipating making this for a really long time. Right around a year I've been planning on making it, but I've been intimidated by it. So I think the best thing I should do is start digging the hole and just get prepared. One more thing I'd like to add. We made this farm specifically for the redstone because the multi-item sorter requires a pretty large quantity of redstone and I don't want to run out. So we made this and it has given us a lot of redstone already and I've barely even used it. One more thing I've done over by our Hero of the Village farm, I have made a floating island with our ender pearl, so we have an entrance to this area. We can't have any spawnable blocks within 128 blocks of the Hero of the Village farm, so I felt like making a floating island was kind of fitting, and we got a modern house to go along with it. Alright, we have the hole dug out and the Lightmatic of our storage system is up and open, so we can take a look at where blocks are expected to be going. We're going to make some modifications to this original design to fit some of our needs and some of our desires, so I will show you guys that as we make progress to it, but in the meantime, I'm going to get some chests laid out and figure out what else we need to do before I check back in with you guys. Alright, we've made some substantial amount of progress. I am very impressed. So far, what we've really done is we put the chest down and the hoppers and we've started on the individual sorting of each slice and now we need snowballs. And luckily I have a project to show you guys. So let's get over to the snowball machine. Alright, at the snowball farm, I have something to show you guys. So this is Ian X04's Wither Rose farm where you pop in snow golems from over there with a wither, and eventually they entity cram or something, they get into the wither's hitbox and die. I realized that this farm produces a ton of snow. So what I decided to do was add a hopper collection system right under it. So it comes in and picks up the snow and the wither roses and the nether star, drops it off in here, and comes down to our little sorting area. And I've just been collecting snowballs, but we're going to need a lot more than what I've collected. So I'm going to use this real quick. I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse of it. I have done quite a bit of progress since the last time we met. I got tons of snowballs and I put them all in place where they're supposed to be. Thank you so much to Mazuma Games and Cass for making this design and then troubleshooting this with me. I had some hiccups with some of the hoppers not sitting on the powered rail right, and thanks to him I was able to send him some screenshots and he worked it out for me and was able to tell me what my problem was. So at this point we have a working system. It's not hooked up to each other, so that's an independent slice, that's an independent slice, and that's an independent slice. I'm going to keep it that way until I get everything fully in. We still have to make the input system, which is going to go over here, as well as the deep storage system, which is going to go somewhere right around here. So I'm going to work on the deep storage system first, and then I'll give you guys an update. Alright, I have added in our bulk storage, and it's looking like we're going to have about 10 slots of deep storage by the same person, Mazuma Games. So I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description, as well as the recategorizer design that I used for the multi-item sorter, as well as his deep storage design, because it's fantastic. He gives you about 5 different designs that you could use, and I went with just a kind of simpler version. It doesn't have every bell and whistle that it could have. It doesn't have any overflow protection, so I'm going to have to be very responsible and keep up with it. But I think it's going to serve us pretty well. My only disappointment is the design calls for a 10 wide bulk storage, and I'm kind of wishing that I put this sideways facing me, and I put it on that side. That way I can make it longer than 10, because there's about 15 items that I'd like to deep store. We're not storing any of the deep slates, nor Blackstone, and we don't have room for expansion, which kind of concerns me, but I think we got to come up with some other solutions. Maybe we'll store those kinds of blocks at farms, and I'll obviously keep a decent amount at my base. So on this bombshell, I will move on to the input system, and then we will be back. All right, so a lot has changed since you guys last saw it. I know we had 10 slices of deep storage, and I wanted to up it to 20, and we have 3 open slots, and we're sorting just about every item that you can get in bulk in this game. That's a block. I'm going to leave items like bamboo and sugarcane to be stored at our farm, and we're going to keep a little bit in our storage system, but we're not going to deep store it at our storage system. I think that's the most efficient and effective way to use your world. So now, if I go over here, you can see we have 20 slots, and if you want to pause, you can see all the blocks that I'm sorting. Over here, we have the same storage system. Nothing changed about this. And if we come behind here, you can see we have this slot, we have this slot, we have this slot, and we have this slot right here. This is going to be for chunk loading. This storage system needs to be chunk loaded, and I was not smart. I could have built this a little bit smarter and to the right a little bit more, and I could have used one chunk loader for the whole entire thing, because the deep storage doesn't need to be chunk loaded. But the storage system of this is called the categorizer, does need to be chunk loaded. So I'm hoping that these portals are not too close together. I've done some research, and it's going to be close. And I have a backup that I don't want to do if it doesn't work. I'll use a chunk loader mod. I don't really want to do that because this is supposed to be pure vanilla outside of performance mods. But I put in all this work, and this storage system has to work. So if we have to, I will use a mod. I'm going to tell you guys, obviously, what I choose to do. So yeah, I'm going to put the chunk loaders in and let you know if it worked out or if we're going to have to use the mod. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, the chunk loaders are in place, and they did work out. They weren't too close together. As you can see, I have 4 portals in place. The lights flashing is actually the chunk loader detecting an item and pumping that item back through the portal. So as you can see, we have a rotten flesh coming through. A couple seconds, we get another one. This side, we also have that same rotten flesh, because I was just putting whatever item I had on me. There's our rotten flesh. On this side, we have stone brick blocks. So yeah, it's working, and it's chunk loading our storage room like we need it to do. So I'm gonna time lapse probably designing the room, and check in with you in a little bit. All right, I am back, and let's show you the progress that I have made. So let's hop in. As you can see in our container, now there is a bubble elevator, as well as a drop chute to drop all the way down to our storage room, where I've made some designing progress. We have some deep slate tiles, as well as deep slate brick with the cracked variants to give us some variation in the design. My intention in this missing area that we have is to do a fog effect, and I haven't decided on a color yet. And I'm most excited after the fog effect to do the roof, because I have a very unique idea that should be pretty fun to do. So yeah, I'm going to work on this fog effect, and I will be back with you guys in a little bit. done, complete, finished. And let's go take a look. This has taken a far longer time than I expected, and there has been many hours of troubleshooting what's wrong with it, but I finally have it working, and I can tell you it's amazing. So right in, we go into the container, we have a bubble column to get us back up, or a drop chute to get us down, and waboom, we're in. As you can see, I love what we did with the roof. So nice. And we have some secret doors in here. So outside of being able to multi-item sort, I have every item I have ever collected and held on to in here. So that is very cool. I'm very excited about that. So some secrets about this. Right here, if I put that there, it opens up a crafting table and a stone cutter. Pretty cool. I didn't want to have them open, so I just thought, what's a good way to hide them to make the build look the best it can. Right here's our deep storage, which you guys have seen. Over here is my rockets. I have shulker boxes full of rockets now. At any time, if I need to take one, and it just gets refilled by a hopper behind it. Over here, I have a very basic just smelting setup. Something just, if I need to smelt something quick and easy in the future, I want to make a super smelter. Over here in the corner, we have shulker boxes, which are also kept in by hoppers, but I don't have it full yet. Up top, right here, we have a pointed dripstone with a water source above it, and then that is so we can clean our shulker boxes. Let's come over here. This is the input system for the whole storage system. We can put shulker boxes or loose items in here, either way, and it will output our shulker boxes to this chest. Right here where you can see all of our colored shulker boxes. The last thing I want to show you guys is my maintenance door. So you can't even tell. Oops, wrong one. Right there we have a hidden door. We pop through right here. You can see I have a little maintenance area. Somewhere I can put the shulker boxes in. I can put the rockets in. As you can see, we have a lot of rockets stored up there. And we have a little AFK spot because the storage system is quite slow. So I am going to have to AFK just a slight bit in the future, but not very much. It took about 4 hours, 5 hours to unload every item I have ever held. So I think it should be good. We also used a different chunk loader than our original design. This chunk loader is designed by Exumavoid, and this basically allows us to restart the chunk loader if it breaks. And I plan on adding on more iron nuggets because it uses a nugget to restart it if you exit the game at the wrong time. So the plan is to make that pretty much indestructible for the time that we're going to be in our world, and I'm going to add some more chests because iron nuggets are easy to come by. There's one in each corner, and I am very happy with this storage system. I was very hesitant to make it at first, and now that I have made it and it's done, I'm very proud of it. It definitely increased my knowledge of redstone, which is great. And let me show you guys how we get this wall up. So it's down right now. If we just take our rocket out and pick it back up, the rocket goes in our inventory and the wall goes back up. This is possible through invisible item frames. I'm using a resource pack to make them invisible. I do have a data pack, the armor statues data pack, that can make them invisible. But I just went with the easy option. I couldn't seem to get them to go invisible, so maybe that data pack is broken. I'm not totally sure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been a huge process for me to do, and I have definitely pushed myself beyond what I was capable before this. So I'm very excited for our next episode. I will catch you guys soon, and I hope you enjoyed. This has been Tree Leafy Tree, and I'm signing out.